Hey everybody, it's Tasha. I'm gonna try to make this quick gumbo tonight. If I was spending all day making my gumbo, I probably would have sorted out with some lake waters and a pot, boiled them down off the bone. Say hi to hubby. He's back there. And then use that broth and debone the chicken and use that broth for my gumbo. But I have this canned turkey that I canned up from when all the turkeys were on sale for Christmas and Thanksgiving. I buy several of them and I can them up so that I always have a quick meal. So you have some onion. That's one onion. And I have, it was a full length. It still is a full length. It's just on the cutting board now. Green onion sausage. First things first is to get your onion chopped up because you need your onion for step 2. And you need your onion immediately or your roux will burn. If it gets to that point and you don't have your onion ready, then make sure you always have your onion ready. Usually I would have onion, bell pepper, celery, okra for a gumbo. But I'm out of most of the ingredients. But the wonderful thing about gumbo is, well, it's throw that in a pot too. So it's whatever you basically have on hand. So I'm going to try to get my camera set up over my pot and talk y'all through the next steps. So let me get the camera set up. Okay everybody, hi, I'm back. First things first, I have my fire up to medium high heat and my roux is basically equal parts fat to flour. In a perfect world, I would be using bacon grease right now, but I currently do not have any. Pretty much any fat will work. You kind of want to stay away from like olive oil because the smoke point is so low on it. So for this, now of course I'm Southern, I don't measure anything. Let me see. I thought I grabbed my oil. So today I'm going to be using vegetable oil because the smoke point on it's a little bit higher than the olive oil. So while my pans are nice and hot, I'm going to go ahead and fill up the bottom with oil. I guess that was probably about a half a cup roughly. And you want some all-purpose flour. And a wooden spoon. And I would usually be doing this in cast iron, but I love my Magnolite, so I'm just gonna do it in my Magnolite today. Keep me from dirty because I don't have a cast iron big enough to make the gumbo in. So I'm gonna add about a half a cup of flour to this. Get that incorporated in. And once I get this incorporated in, I'm going to turn my fire down to between a medium and a medium low. You want, for me, I want my roux to be about a chocolate color. Now, of course, everyone has a preference on their roux color. For me, the darker the better. Now, if I'm doing something like pork gravy and rice, my roux will be much lighter than, say, a beef stew. Looks like I need a little bit more flour to this. Let me get these humps out. And you want to use an all-purpose flour. Although I don't buy self-rising, I personally never attempted to make a roux with a self-rising flour. I'm not sure if it can or cannot be done. I have made roux with avocado oil and that came out well, but I prefer bacon grease, but I'm all out of bacon grease at the moment. Alright, that's what this is. I'm going to go ahead and turn the fire down to a medium low. I need to add some more flour to this. So let me do that now. Let me get another spoon. I don't want it too thick, but it's roughly equal parts fat and flour. And being that I don't measure, probably would have been a lot easier to measure everything, but that's just not how I do things, because I'm complicated. All right, I'm gonna bring y'all back whenever my roux gets to a beautiful chocolate color, and I'll let you know if I add any more flour, although it really doesn't matter if I do. If you measure it out like you're supposed to do, then it's just equal parts fat and flour. So I'll bring you back whenever I get closer to that chocolate color I'm looking for. Hello. Okay, so I stirred for about 5 minutes or so, and then my wonderful husband took over for about 35 minutes or so. Now he's going, we're losing daylight, and puppies are still outside. I try to give them some outside time, so he's going to put a clean blanket in their kennel and get them in. Can't wait until they all have a home. So the secret to roux is to not make it too thick. Like I said, equal parts. Do it on a low heat and stir constantly. Okay, I had to remove it from the fire while I got my camera set up. My phone overheated up here. Okay, so see if I can work on an angle here. Okay, after me stirring for about 5 minutes, my wonderful husband took over and stirred for, like, you know, the next 35 to 40 minutes. So once your roux gets this beautiful chocolate color, you add your onions. Onions stop the cooking process. I don't know why. I don't know what's in it. But if you don't put onion in, your roux will burn. Beautiful chocolate color. Okay. So you add your onions through. That stops the cooking process. Your roux will not get any darker once you add your onions. So you want to make sure it's the color you want it before. Now, for my jar of turkey. Ooh, I love that sound. Smells so good. Well, you want to do this in wide mouths, but you don't always get what you want. And sometimes you have to put it in a small mouth jar. Now, I currently have a turkey in my freezer that I may can up, in a video soon. I just touched the pot with my arm. And of course the pot's extremely hot. So this is turkey that I bought on sale after the holidays. I boil it down and I can up the meat along with the broth. And any leftover broth gets canned up separately. We'll wash the hands real quick. I'm gonna need plenty more than that. All right, now start adding water slowly to incorporate into the roux and onions or broth, any kind of turkey broth, chicken broth, beef broth, seafood. And now from here, I still have the Tonys, so some seasoned salt. Oh, the smell. I love the smell of a gumbo cooking. And like I said, I don't quite have all the ingredients that I would traditionally put in my gumbo, but that's the wonderful thing about a gumbo. You don't have to have all the ingredients. Now, if I had, open garlic, I'm sorry. If I had okra, I would have added it in at the same time I added in my onions. Same with all my vegetables. When the onions went in, my celery, bell peppers, anything that I had would have went in with it. Beautiful chocolate color. All right, I emptied out that garlic powder. My other garlic powder. Get it open. But here in the South, we call onions, celery, and bell pepper the Holy Trinity. Just like the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. You usually don't start cooking without prepping the Holy Ghost. Well, the Holy Trinity. So, I just happen to be out of 2/3 of my Holy Trinity. I used to prep it and put it in the freezer, but for some reason I haven't done that in a while. I guess I need to prep some. All right, some garlic powder. I need to add just salt. We're gonna add, ooh, a little much. Add some red pepper flakes. Secret to Cajun cooking. Just add until your ancestors tap you on the shoulder and say, "That's enough, my dear." Now, if I can find, ooh, my French cinnamon red pepper. And of course, we bottle our own filet around here also, so. Leaves of the sassafras tree. That is gumbo filet. My French cinnamon red peppers, equivalent to 10 times cayenne. So therefore, you never put much. Ooh. Now, let me cut up my sausage. I'll be right back. my 1 link of sausage. Next up, we're gonna add this in. This is a 5-quart pot. If my 18-year-old hadn't moved out last week, I would have made this in my Magnalite, the huge pot I made the jambalaya in, but my 18-year-old moved out. So I'm hoping this 5-quart pot will be enough. Let me see, I need some more water. All right, at this point, as soon as I get this water mixed in, I'm gonna taste it. And I don't know why I'm gonna taste it, but I am, because I'm gonna cover it and put it on a medium-low while I sort my rice so that the flavors that I have in here can meld together. And then after about 30 minutes or so, I'll taste it and see if I need to add anything else to it. I'm just tasting it now. Well, I don't know, because it's a cook's prerogative. They can taste it as many times as they want to, right? So, the flavor I taste now will be nothing compared to the flavor it's going to have in 30 minutes. So, you never want to over add. Oh, look how beautiful that color is. All right, at this point I would add more salt, but like I said, I'm just gonna let the flavors melt together because there may be plenty of salt in there and I just can't taste it yet. So I'm gonna get started on my rice. Cover this. Put my fire down to about 4. Turn my back burner on. And I have my wonderful 3-quart Magnalite. And that is about to hold my rice. My rice container, an old mayonnaise jar. I buy my mayonnaise by the gallon, so I just save the containers and use my dry goods. So for my family, we're gonna start with 2 cups of rice. That should be enough to suffice us if my boys weren't extra hungry. So I have my fire on high, 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water, 2 to 1. And this is not how I usually do it. Usually I put the rice in and then I add the water. And well, I'll show you real quick. Let me see if I can move that back there. I usually never measure. I usually put the rice in and put the water until it's to this knuckle. When it gets to that knuckle, I'm not sure if you can see me on camera, then that's all the first knuckle. Cover the rice with the first knuckle and you have enough water in your pot. But for the sake of filming, it's 2 to 1. Now in this, I'm gonna add a touch of salt. I have that fire on high, stir it up. I will not stir my rice again until it's done. So, move the camera back. And I will We're going to boil that until it comes to a boil. And then we're going to turn the fire off, leave it on the heat, on the hot eye. Turn the heat off, and then just put the lid on it and let it simmer for, pardon me, for about 25 minutes, and then the rest will be done. But right now we're concentrating on 30 minutes on this gumbo. I'll bring you back whenever I'm ready to taste. See if I need to add anything. Okay, I don't have the camera set up in spot, but beautiful chocolate gumbo. All right, let me taste it now. Oh yeah, I don't need to add. I'm glad I didn't add any more salt earlier. Beautiful flavor. Now, my rice looks like it is complete. All right, y'all. Yeah, my stove is now destroyed every time I cook. Every time I cook, I swear to you. All right, well, we're about to enjoy dinner. I'm on a live right now. One of y'all is having. And fix my plate. Have dinner. Y'all have a great night. Love y'all all. Bye. Okay, and the debate on when I just drew a blank, when the filet goes in. Now, we have somebody who makes our filet, so that's why a lot of our spices are in old wine bottles. I prefer my filet right on my plate. If you put the filet in too early, then it makes your gumbo slimy. So if you add it to your pot and you refrigerate, the next day you'll just have a slimy, gooey, not a very good mouthful. Ooh, I put too much rice in this bowl. Oh well, all right. Dinner is served. All right, love you guys. Bye.